and welcome to my Essential Messages. My name is Bobbie Richardson. It's actually my birthday today, so I decided I am so blessed. I got absolutely inundated by messages on my Facebook stream, happy birthdays, like just oodles and squirtles of them. I tried to reply to all of them. I don't know if I did because it just kept coming through and it was a lot. So I am so grateful. I also got woken up to a beautiful lady, Debbie, put a gift in my PayPal account for my birthday. So she's another lovely follower. Yeah, so I'm just going to put this chat bar up. Hey, Annie, good to see you. So what I decided to do, just out of the blue, I don't usually go live at this hour of the day, but I just decided, oh, who cares? Let's just do this. And if my voice, hopefully my voice will keep going because I've had a touch of a cold and it's still there, but I've definitely gone through a big ascension process recently. So usually my body's like trying to struggle to catch up to it. It's fine, doesn't hurt or anything. So that's the most important thing. But what I decided to do is what I'm trying to say is to give you guys some free readings as an absolute thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of the support that you guys have given me throughout the year on my YouTube channel especially, and my Facebook channel. I am absolutely blessed to have you guys in my chat bars through all of the readings and all the channeled advice that I've given over the years. I've got literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos that I've put together over the last few years since I started to channel live. And yeah, I'm just really, I look back at how far I've come, and that first time that I actually did do readings for others, and wow, I've come a long way. And I'm grateful for you guys in the chat bar, and I'm also grateful for my guides and their help, that they've helped me through this whole massive journey pretty much since I've been born, considering I was a seer for the first 50 years of my life, where they actually kept visiting me and I could see them all the time. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? No one else can do this, you know? So it ended up when I turned 50 that they pulled right back, and then they said, I'm going to be channeling. And so that's how this all sort of came about. And the messages that I'm getting are just, you know, I'm looking at them and going, wow, I've really got to have a crack at what they're actually telling everybody else as well, because sometimes they come through me and I don't even know until afterwards what I've actually said. Sometimes it's just kind of very subliminal in a way, and other times they're bringing up messages of things that I've already been taught. Yeah, and thank you too for all those that supported my master classes as well. Yeah, really appreciate everything. Hey Julie, thank you for that. Happy birthday. Yes, the day is, I've been on my own the whole day. So that's why, another reason why I thought I'd go live, right? My daughters are coming tomorrow. We're going to have a celebration then, but I've been alone all day. So yeah, I wanted to have a bit of company as well. Okay. Just thinking, I'll pull a couple of cards out just as a general to start off with. So I'll pull 3 cards out just to see where the energy is aligning at the moment. And we will go from there. We will open up the chat bar soon for free chat bar readings as well. So as a general overall, what messages are needed? I was going to say couple fell out, but actually 3 fell out. So that's exactly what I asked for. How beautiful is that? So we have the moon in reverse. Something has been uncovered. So there's something being uncovered in humanity's consciousness at the moment, like an unveiling, a revealing, something that has, because the moon doesn't emit its own light, it reflects light. So there's a reflection in this, and that means, to me, it's a physical world that's coming into something being unveiled. It's almost like they're giving me the feeling of, and we've only actually seen half of what we can accomplish on this planet, on this beautiful planet. And there's this whole other worlds that within this world that we can start to bring into our reality. So there's this unveiling of those that have done the work in getting into their higher, bringing through their higher self, is actually unveiling something where it's going to be showing up in a physical form for them. That's the message I'm getting from that. It is next to the Five of Cups. This could feel like oh my God, a release of letting go of things that that we think is meant to be a substantial part of our lives in this time frame. But if we keep on hanging on to it, we're going to become more miserable. And so it's actually best when something's going to be uncovered that's not usually here, that we face the fact that the thing that was holding us, that we were focusing on in this physical world, we were holding on to it too tight. And when we hold on to something too tight, we're not actually seeing beyond it. So there has to be a release of that we've been holding on to. I'm seeing this as a general over the whole of humanity at the moment. So it's like, obviously those that are asleep would never even watch me anyway, so it doesn't even matter. But those that are awakening or awoken, understanding that their own true essence of their value of themselves has to be supported from the inner core out. That when we start to embrace who we are, then things will start to shift, and other gifts will be coming in, which will uncover a illusion of what we thought would keep us safe. So there's something going on with that. And then we have, after that, the Queen of Cups, and she's in an upright position. So this is brilliant to see, because it's taking back our feminine power from the heart. And that means we're becoming more feeling-based people. And when we're more feeling-based people, that's when we start to understand it is due to our core beliefs and understandings of who we are on a soul's level, that we can bring in these gifts and unravel a whole heap more. So there's some sort of unraveling coming into play here as well. I want to get a couple more cards for some reason. Which ones are we getting? These ones. Hey, Kelly, good to see you in the chat bar as well. I'm wondering if my Facebook friends will turn up too, because I have actually restreamed this. I can see who comes through on YouTube. Hey, Celtic, good to see you. And who comes through on Facebook. So yeah, this is my birthday gift to you guys. I will be opening up soon the platform for you guys to have free chat bar readings, and that's my gift. This one wanted to fall, but I kind of caught it. I'm going to take it. Let's put that next to the moon, and then we will clarify the Five of Cups, please. So we'll see. And okay, we've got a couple that's just fallen out here. There's 2 cards for that and 2 cards for this. So for the Five of Cups, we have the Palace of Swords. Palace in these cards, and we have the Sun in reverse. So this is something being illuminated. See, we've got to let go of that doesn't suit us anymore. We've got to let go of those things that aren't resonating. We've risen our frequency into a higher frequency. So when you do that, other people, other even environments that you're used to being in, the home that you're in. I mean, the home that I'm in, we're definitely shifting. It's going for sale next week, so everything's moving for me. It's like you're going to be elevated into a better frequency that's going to match something. And I actually had a dream last night. This is bringing up this dream that there was a storm coming, and it was very it was understandable that it was going to happen. So we're actually being positioned into places where we're not going to be affected as much by all of that. So this is why the Sun and the Palace of Swords has come out. It's in reverse, but the Sun is always shining bright, right? This is a very positive card, whether it's in reverse or not. And this is the environment, but it comes from the mind. So if we've cleared a lot within our minds, then we're going to shift location. We're going to change up where we're actually going to be, because and it could be that you're safe where you're at, and they're saying that there's a lot of people that will stay where they're at, but because their frequency of their mind is held in a different place, nothing will affect them. They will stand strong. They're showing me the elder that I worked with, and she is telling a story of how there was an earthquake and everyone was racing around, and she just stayed very present within herself and still within herself next to this big pole. And she said she wasn't touched, nothing could harm her. She just held her energy. So there's something about holding your energy through these frequency shifts and changes. Become the Queen of the Cups. And here we have, look at this, for the Queen of Cups, and clarifying that was the Queen of Coins in reverse. So she is somebody who's abundant, who brings in her abundance from self-nurturing, understanding that abundance isn't to do with how much you have in your bank account. It's something to do with how much support you've actually given yourself, and then the rest of the world will show up as that support around you from moment to moment. So we're learning to get used to this feeling of supporting ourselves and trusting ourselves as we go through this. And it's the next to that was the Four of Wands. It actually came out together. Four of Wands is an opening of a brand new portal. We're walking through a new door here. This always reminds me, this card especially, of actually opening up portals within us to walk through into higher dimensions and higher frequencies. It's 1111, the two poles next to each other over here and over here. And it's also reminding me of relationships that are coming through when we actually enter into these higher frequencies. And it's not that the higher frequencies has always been contained within you. You always had the key. You are the higher frequency as well, but what you've done is you've alleviated the program that kept you in a limited space, that was always seeking or searching for a problem, seeking and searching for some mistakes, telling ourselves that we're useless, that sort of thing. It's been eradicated, and it's actually opening us up to a whole other stream of reality for us. So that's huge. And I'm really glad that I went live on my birthday because the messages coming through are just so powerful at the moment. It's just beautiful. So that's fantastic. I also forgot to say that the moon was clarified by the Page of Coins. So the moon in reverse, an uncovering of something. This is a brand new us stepping into our power, being that this Page of Coins into our abundance power, into grounding something of abundance into this world. So we could have been like, when's it ever going to happen? Is my business going to take off? Is this ever going to work? Yes, it will. You're just getting used to this new vibration as you're walking through, as you're uncovering a lot. There's a lot that's been shattered, and the illusion that's been shattered of the program, and we don't actually have to do what we thought we had to do. We can actually shift it up and do something completely different. So yeah, that's really cool. I'll get one animal card for the general, and then we will go straight into, I want to do chat bar readings for people because that's my gift to you guys today. Thank you, Meredith. Good to see you from Facebook. Yay, someone from Facebook came up. That's fantastic. Okay, just as a general, let's see what's happening for the energies. So every time I do readings and everything like that is all to do with the ascension process, the energies that are coming in and how we can navigate through them. And it's usually for those that have done the work, the shadow work, and working up into these higher frequencies. I'm one that leads us home, leads us home. I'm leading myself home as well. And I know we're all leading each other home, honestly. We're all leading each. I need you guys as much as you can need me, right? Let's see what happens with the animal cards. But I'm just saying that for those that are new to who I am. Okay, we have 4 that's actually fallen out, and they fell out 2 face up and 2 face down. So I'm going to read these 2 that are faced up, and I feel like these 2 animal cards messages are in our reality because they were face up. And it was really interesting. They just landed like in a row like that. The bison, no way. Bison, abundance. I was just talking about that. Bison, abundance. So bison abundance is all to do with finding our inner core self-supported system within who we are and trusting that more than what we see on the outside of us. Sacred buffalo, cloak me with your wisdom, keep me warm through the storms of life. No way. After I had that dream, right? Fill my life with goodness. Teach me the way of gratitude and prayer. So always be grateful for where you're at. This life is a blessing. This is a blessing. And I know that it's been tough, and I know that it's been hard. I understand. I've gone through a lot as well. A lot. Believe you me. But it is a blessing, and we've got to start to see it that way, because the more that we start to focus on gratitude of the blessing of actually being here and having the experience of being able to come from such an unawoken reality into an awoken reality of recognizing we always have the key within us to support ourselves and bring ourselves into these beautiful other dimensional spaces that we can always bring, through. That's the importance. That's what we should be grateful for. This is going to be the good part. We're coming up to the good part. We also got the raccoon, the inventor. So we could be like deciding, I'm gonna start inventing some different ideas. This is bringing me to a feeling of trying something new. I'm just going to go out and try something new for a change. Just have a go at it, have a crack at it. If it doesn't make you happy, don't do it again. If it does make you happy, do it more, that sort of thing, that energy of exploration. It says, decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity, sorry. My English is shocking. To claim it, avoid being the trickster, and practice integrity. Integrity is such a powerful word. You have many roles and you can juggle them well. Integrity really stands out with this. They're showing me Sleeping Beauty, the sword of truth, holding the shield of virtue. And integrity comes into all of that when we know from our own self what is going to create the reality we want by our own integral alignments with our outside world, with our inner world, with who we are and how we feel about ourselves, and allowing that to bleed out to our outside world. In other words, treating others and treating things with the same respect as what you love yourself. I think that's going to make a big difference as well as you move forward. So these are the 2 that are coming up that are face up. So I feel they're face value for us to look at right here, right now. We're bringing in and grounding abundance, and we're learning to step out with integrity of ourselves and trying new things. Try this new energy out. There's a new energy that's of new frequency for you guys to shift into, to try out new things with. So we're now starting to branch out into the world. We're getting out of that hermit stage. We're no longer being able to be contained into the hermit stage of just doing the self inner work. We've done enough work. We need to get out there eventually and start to share these gifts with the world. And the ones that were that face down, I feel are still coming. This is something that we are going to move towards. So we have the grizzly bear, power, and he has that fish in his joy. He understands the natural cycle of life, and he is very grateful for that which has gifted him the ability to be nurtured. The fish, it says, I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and I go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my real strength. I never give up. I will succeed. So this is very much a power game for ourselves to understand that we've already gone through the hard yard. We've already got the endurance. We are the endurance. So to move forward now, just break through that and seemingly impossible edge that's kept us contained and into something way, way beautiful. Because it came out with the swan grace. Like the swan grace says, "You who glides across the water of my soul brings me the wisdom of light, helps me transform into elegance and grace, inspire me with dignity and the spirit of beauty as well." And we are to surround ourselves with this beauty because we start to see it within ourselves. We start to see it within our world around us. We can shift up this world into the most fabulous, incredible, beautiful world, and our souls will never want to leave, right? So they will enlighten ourselves and we will stay here for a lot longer. And can you imagine what we can create when we have created all that we have just from half of ourselves, being that the logic was the only thing that we were thinking had any power. We never thought of our intuition and our imagination to have any power over the last generations. And look what we've created. Look at all that stuff that we've created out there. Can you imagine when we bring ourselves in as a wholeness and we allow our imagination to play and be free again, what we're actually going to create on this world? It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be amazing. I've always said to myself, for many, many decades, I take my hat off to humanity. Being that I'm a soul straight from Pleiades, right? I always say I take my hat off because look how far they've come, even though they're only half of, they're really so imbalanced. It's incredible. So, yeah. Okay, guys. 2:22. I think it's time to open up the chat bar for some free readings. I'll stay for a bit until we have read for as many people as I can that's in the chat bar. I know it's a different time zone. I'm usually here at 7 a.m. in the morning on a Thursday. I was scared my voice was going to go. Still feeling a bit croaky. And I had an interview with someone that afternoon. So thank you anyway. Right. Who have we got here? Sasha. Hey, Yannicka. Good to see you too in the chat bar. I'm going to book a reading after me and my family move to my new home in the mountains. Yay! Wow. No way. 153. So when you guys turn up 150, that's a close-knit community, right? That's beautiful. Wow. I love the mountains. I love, love, love mountains. And I love the ocean too. I love everything, actually. I love nature. Thank you, Celtic. Best of luck with your move. Thank you for saying that. I know that the Facebook people can't see what's written down in the YouTube, and the YouTube people can't see what's written down in the Facebook. Okay, Meredith. I would love one, please. Let's do a reading for Meredith in the Facebook. Thank you so much, everybody in Facebook, for saying happy birthday to me. I was absolutely gobsmacked how many people said happy birthday. Very, very blessed. Feeling very blessed. Thank you. Okay, Meredith. And thank you so much, Debbie, for putting that PayPal money in my PayPal account. I did not expect that at all. Right. Meredith. Into Meredith's energy. Just sorry for Meredith at the moment. Okay, Meredith. For some reason, I kind of went into this, I don't know if you've been crying lately or there's been a bit of a, oh, what the frick feeling. It feels like you're on a threshold of breaking through something, and sometimes we get really vulnerable when that happens. Like it's almost like they're showing me a particle that's shaking so much it's going to pop out of this existence into another existence. And so that vibration sort of really shakes it up, and it shakes everything out. We have the 8 of coins, sorry. So something that you've been working on, maybe you're working on something and you're like, when's it actually going to take off? When's this going to happen for me? We have the moon in reverse again, and this is a whole other pack that I'm using. So interesting that that first message that I got for the general is coming up for you again. If you didn't hear it, go back to that. So the moon card, and something that you're not seeing quite yet is still going to be developing. It's the actual raising of your consciousness, or deferring, moving away from something that you've been that's been holding you back, but you didn't realize it was holding you back. You just thought it was just part of this reality. And so there's something here that has to be uncovered, and it's going to help you with your work environment once it's uncovered. So hang in there. It will show up, but sometimes these things take our process. They take time. Nature has its own timing. You know, it doesn't rush for a daffodil to be birthed into bloom, or a dandelion into the seeds that get swept away by the wind. There's something to do with your past that's still kind of a thread that's pulling or sucking you back into that energy alignment of the past, but it's actually been uncovered now for you to have a look at. Be aware of people, that what they're actually saying around you at the moment. They might say things that are subliminally. If something is said twice by 2 different people, take note of that. That's an actual message for you, especially if it comes through 3 times. But twice, even if you see the same symbol or the same sign, or someone says the same thing, it could be something they just want you to sit still with that message for a bit and feel into it. Because sometimes we just think it's the normalcy of what our personality is, and we don't realize it's actually been something that's held you back. You are the breaker of karmic resolution from your past ties to your grandparents, great-grandparents, and so forth. They are watching you at the moment as well. They're very happy with you. And for some reason, while I was reading for Meredith, Yannicka came in my head as well with that message too. So I just thought I better mention that too. Okay. A little frustrated, yeah, I could feel that, and I totally understand it, because I'm right there with you. Sometimes it's frustrating, but it is a process, and we've got to allow it to just move in its own pace. There is a core reason behind it, and when you reach the other side of this and you look back, you'll go, I totally understand now, because there was something that wasn't in alignment, and if you'd stepped forward with things that you really wanted to bloom too fast, then it wouldn't have the grounding. There's this solidness that they want to give you. There's a strong solidness so that it will be yours for the rest of your life, sort of thing. Okay, who else have we got for a Celtic, for a reading? Celtic from YouTube. Okay, Celtic. We've got one coming up. Oh, that's an interesting message. Okay. Okay. We've got a few that now everything at the end there wants to fall out, but I'm not sure if I want to take all of those. Okay, we've got a few cards that have come out for you. But the first one that came out was the devil, and I heard the devil's playground in my head. And I'm like, okay, the devil's playground? That's interesting, right? Beware the devil. Celtic's coming. Now, the devil to me is an unlived thing, because if you actually say devil backwards, if you write it backwards, it's lived as in the past tense. So you're not living kind of thing. So the devil to me is just a part of our persona that's not living. We're not exploring. We're not having adventures. We're not excited about life. We aren't happy. And so we've conjured up, because we're always looking outside of ourselves, we've conjured up an outside being that represents that unlived state of awareness or mind. So there's something that you're breaking through. There's a cage here, and you're like stepping out, and you're like, I am getting ready to live my life the way that I really want it to be lived. And that page of coins, cups came up as well, right underneath it. So this is something new from your heart, a vulnerability about this, a stepping into a newness. You tentatively going, okay, here we go, we're going to live my life the way that I really want to do it. Now, what's the next step? And then it's almost like the universe is saying to you, yes, what's the next step? And you're saying to the universe, well, what's the next step? And so you kind of at a stalemate there, and that devil will be in the playground again, because of the stalemate, where the universe, which is our outside reality, everything that we perceive to be real, is waiting for the truth or the realness of ourselves to say, yes, this is my next leap. But the thing is, we get our minds in the way of, I really want to go there. How does that all happen? And then we look, or we search on our outside world for it to actually show up for us before. But this is not to do with that. This is to do with you showing up for yourself and taking a leap of faith into this world. You also have the star card that's come out, and this is wishes granted. See, so you've got nothing to worry about. If you can imagine it, it can become your truth. It can become something that you're carving into your reality. We're learning to carve new paths. You've also got the 3 of coins, but it came in reverse. So somebody, there's people out there that want to help you, but you might have like this, we'll just see who we can trust. But they're saying, don't worry about that. Just it is a bit of a resistance, but it's okay, because we do need, as a vulnerability from within ourselves, we need to get used to this whole other way of looking at things, because it's literally we've been living in a backwards Alice in Wonderland kind of a reality, where in her world everything was to do with what you feel is what you're creating in that wonderland. And then in this world, which is an inverted world of that, is look for the outside to show up so that I can say that I am important, or I can actually create that. So yeah, it's totally different sort of a way of living. And that's why I think that devil's playground word come up for you. You're learning how to turn it around and live your life from the inside out. Okay. Cool. If anyone is watching this too, and they feel that message, any of these messages are for them, then they are for you. You feel into it what feels right for you, right? Okay, who else have we got? Thanks, ED, for saying happy birthday. I can't believe how old I am. I'm definitely elder stasis. Thank you. Very interesting reading, going through lots of changes. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Celtic. We're helping each other through energetically, I'm sure of it. 12:30 at night, Jenny. Oh my God, I wasn't expecting to find you live. Fun. That's so cool. You're like, oh my God, that is so cool. I wonder if you've gone to sleep and then woken up, and then I've like gone, wake up, I'm alive. That's so funny. Okay, who else have we got to read for? Who else wants a reading? Kelly from YouTube. Kelly, please. Just as I breathe, one just floats out. I really, oh my gosh, we've got a few. I really felt that, like when you when you release or you just become more graceful, they're showing me that swan card, you become more graceful and you just, I'm relaxing. That's when things are going to show up for you, because that's when the card just went poof and just fell out. And it was a temperance card, which is like a true balance within ourselves. So there's some sort of just relax into this. Release what you think. Don't worry about what you're thinking. Release it and just relax, and it will start to manifest for you. You'll start to move through the manifesting of what you really want in your world. You have the star card, so don't worry, everything's going to another wish come true card. I love this, how they come through for different people. And it came out with the Ace of Wands. So this is an action card and starting something new. So you might be a wish coming true of, I really want this new thing to come into my life. I want something new to come into my life. And it's saying, when you release and relax, and then you will know what action to move towards, this wish will happen. And we have also upside down, we had two cards, the Ten of Swords, which is the endings of one of your past, that where everybody was just constantly at you. You gave way too much. There was, you weren't really helping yourself by giving too much, because then they would just take what they needed and leave you to lie on the floor, with all the knives in your back, and they would just, at least I got something out of it. So there's something about you not doing this anymore. It came out with the Four of Coins. This is the Four of Coins is someone who holds themselves, that, usually I see it as, it can be a little bit of a miser card where you're holding on to something too tight. But I'm actually seeing this more of a, I'm now allowed to protect me. I'm allowed to protect my abundance. I'm allowed to say no to certain people. Say, for instance, I'm sure many of you have thought of this. If I win $1 million, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to give to this person, this person, this person. They're going to be at me to try to, oh my God, I've got my head's going crazy trying to think of how I'm going to actually handle the people coming towards me, wanting. But they're saying, if you imagine that and then you step into the power of who you are and say, no, I need to be able to say no. I need to be able to say, that's enough. Here is my gift, and that's enough. And that's put a cap on it so that you can actually bring more abundance into yourself, because you're no longer afraid of the power of abundance coming into your life either, because a wish wants to come through to you, something that you actually want. But if we can't handle that power, then we are constantly worried about how other people are grasping our energy or taking our money or whatever it is. Then we never really get to actually bring in that wish come true, which is actually for you. It's for you, so that you can create the blessing that you want to create in this world. Okay. Thank you, Bobbie. I took a big sigh, never released it until now. I was holding my breath. And no longer everyone's savior. You're on fire, girl. Yeah, that's so cool. There's an actual challenge. It could be a challenge that might be coming up for you for this. So they want to remind you of this now, because sometimes we're like, in my head, I'm all good. And then the challenge comes and you're like, the energy starts to fall back and you go back into the old energy. So just be aware. Something might be coming to you. Maybe this wish coming true, this actual thing coming towards you. And I want you to be prepared for it. Okay. Yeah, Annie, 2:34 in Australia. Oh, you're like replying to the 12:30 that Jeannie is talking about. That's cool. Right. Who else have we got that wants a reading? If I've missed you, just say your name again. Annie? I think I haven't done Annie. Annie from YouTube as well. Not too many from Facebook. Interesting. Annie. Okay. Annie. For some reason I've got one card that's fallen out, and now it's like, no, I'm like, tell a story, tarot. Okay, we've got another, but I've had to shuffle them quite a bit for you to get the story out. So there's a story that's not been developed for you just yet. You have the Seven of Wands is somebody that's almost moving into something that they might have to feel that they have to fight for. Honestly, when we move into something that we think we have to fight for, we have already given our power away to that friction coming back in at us. So that it's to do with the world. And I actually feel it's to do with your mission. I don't see it as kind of a weird thing. I get a weird feeling from that Seven of Wands, like yes, you have to stand up for yourself, find assertiveness within yourself, and become the strong person that you know you are, and the reason why you're here, and what you're actually developing within yourself to create a beautiful you in this world, and shine your light. Be that mission, and be that beautiful you. And I'm also getting this feeling of also be aware of how much you're pushing for this. It's like, try not to push too hard, because the more we push, the more resistance comes back at us. There is a definite release too that's needed for you. The World cards come up. So this is something worldwide that you want, maybe to go worldwide, or become bigger, that's known around the world, or for some reason that message is coming for you in this. And they're showing me out the seasons in the card as well, going through the seasons, where one, you might be fighting through the storm or the snow, and then another, all of a sudden spring comes. But if you just stay still through the storm, then spring will come anyway. So it's like, this is coming for you anyway. So to drop the tension of trying to make things happen, or thinking I need to work harder, or I need to do more, and just drop that, because in knowing that it's going to happen, just like the seasons are always going to come, you are then relaxed and ready and full of vitality when the spring turns up, when the actual thing turns up for you. You've got a lot more energy. Where if you've been fighting your way through winter and then spring comes up, you're exhausted, and so you just lie on the beach and you don't even explore all the beautifulness around. So that's the story they're giving me at the moment. It's an interesting story. Yeah. Okay, who else have we got here? Oh, thank you so much, Yannicka. Since taking Bobbie's masterclasses, I have had more knowing. Really cool. Thank you, Yannicka, for saying that. Yeah, my masterclasses are awesome. They're still for sale. It's right at the end of them being for sale, actually, but I'm going to close the door on them soon, and I probably won't bring them up for a while now. So if you want to get in, this is your very, very last chance to get in and be part of those classes. I've got the Zoom calls coming up soon, so you'll have, to go through the videos and everything. Yeah, so that'll be, there's a lot in it, and there's also telepathic games. It's all mind through to learning to be your own channeler. So it's so cool, Yannicka. Love that. Thank you for that that review and that confirmation too. Maggie, thank you so much for that donation. Really, really appreciate that. That's awesome. Let's do a reading for you, Maggie. Thank you. It's like a little birthday gift. Not expecting anything, honestly. Thank you, though, very much. Okay, Maggie. Okay. Maggie. If I've done anyone twice, sorry. Sometimes I forget I'm so in my right brain. I just do whatever energetically feels right. Maybe you're supposed to have two. Okay, Maggie. Hey, Tarina from Facebook. Good to see you. Okay, Maggie. Maggie, let's get a message for Maggie, please. Just a tarot I want to talk about for her. Ooh, it's like I feel like you know yourself a lot more these days. A whole heap fell out. We also have the Two of Swords that did pop up in reverse. So you're finally seeing, you've taken off that blindfold. You're no longer holding up the swords in protection of something that might come. You've taken the blindfold off and you're seeing the world for what it is. They're showing me this bright light that's on the sword here, like it's coming from you. The core of who you are is shining outwards. And I really felt that when I was shuffling, like you're coming into the real you, into your authentic self, which is beautiful. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Five of Cups. And we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So just let me feel into these messages here. For some reason, we'll do that. So, okay. Knight in shining armor. Always feel like this is a knight in shining armor, right? Something coming in anyway, something masculine, a physical thing that's coming in, and it comes in quite fast with the knights, with the Knight of Cups. It's fairly, well, it's within a month, let's put it that way. There is armor on this one though. So the person or the thing that's coming in might not be at the exact same resonance as what you are moving into. If anything is coming at you that's not quite right, you are allowed to say no until you feel it is either showing up as something that's moving into your frequency. They want you to align with those things outside of you as your frequency. I'm feeling this like an ache on my thumb, like something's bitten me, like a bug has bitten me. And it's like, you know what? If something is nibbling away at you, trust that. Trust if your body starts to feel something around when someone's coming at you and you think that they're at the same equal vibration as you, and then all of a sudden something shows up that not sure now. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to say no at any given moment, and you're allowed to say you bring them back in when you feel that they are at the same resonance. You choose how you want to deal with people in the given moment from now on. We also have the Five of Cups and the Ace of Wands that came out together. So the Ace of Wands is coming into, physically something new that's starting. See the volcano in the background is like earth erupting into a new piece of land, like she's bringing more land out onto the surface, expanding the land. It's it's an action thing. So it's got a lot of velocity or force to it. So something new, but also vulnerability in the fact that if you step too close to a volcano that's erupting, you could get burnt by the lava. I think that's where they're coming in with this. Just be aware of the energies that you're aligning with. This is all a vulnerable time and a new time for you to do this. Even though if somebody does come in and they're showing you up as the old energy, they're showing up, as the old energy, not you up. Or they could be showing you up. Anyway, then turn around. You have it already within you that you know that there's two cups. There's still other things that you can be focusing on rather than the misery that's happened in the moment, because that doesn't matter if you're high frequency and you go out to the world and you ooze a lot of love. There's always going to be those people that just get irky by it. So it's learning to see for the face value that it is that they have problems themselves, and that you're a higher resonance than that. You're the observer. You're not going to add or fuel to their problem, but you're also going to stand up for yourself and say, no, you don't mess with my energy. You're learning to become the Queen of Wands, because she was in reverse. So you're learning to stand up for yourself, become more assertive in this new frequency or new you that you are becoming into. So that was quite a long reading for you. Don't forget, I do one-on-one readings too. I don't know how, I'll have to have a look at what actually shows up on my Facebook and my YouTube, because I haven't filled out the bottom of it with the links below. So I'll add that later. Okay, if you do want a reading or anything. Who else have we got here? Thank you, Danielle. So good to have an interview with you yesterday. I pulled it all together. I'm halfway through going through it for the second time. So Danielle Rogers has two lovely businesses, and she's my first business person that I've interviewed. So if anyone else has a business that they want to get out there, I'm quite happy to do some interviews with you and help you guys get your businesses out as well on my YouTube. Right, it's all about helping each other, right? Who else have we got here? Yay. Yay from YouTube. Yay from YouTube. It was fun, wasn't it, Danielle? It actually came out really cool. I had to take some of the words out because YouTube has so many weird, crazy rules. Anyway, so yay, let's get into your energy. I've got a reading for yay, please. Reading for yay. Okay, so we're going through the cards and nothing's coming out, which always means to me that there's something still to be developed, or you're holding on too tight, or something still to be developed. We had the Four of Cups that's come up. So something's been offered to you. Sometimes in this card, they are facing down and they're not actually seeing the Four of Cups, like the fourth cup that's been offered to you. Sometimes, like, we've filled our boots, we've got all that sorted, we've worked all that out, and it's time to actually raise your head now out of what you've actually accomplished, because there's something new coming your way, something new. Now everything falls out all at once, so I'm not going to take all of those. There's just too many. So now that you've actually risen your head right out and you've seen what you've accomplished, you're like, okay, I'm ready for something new now. And you raise your head and you get this thing that's coming in new. It might come in all at once because the cards fell out all at once. We have the Sun card for you. So this is a beautiful card. This means a lot of positivity coming your way. It is the innocence of you stepping into something new too. Usually this is depicted by a child that's vulnerable, sitting on the back of a horse. But yeah, it's definitely the sign of times too that telling me. The sign of times, it's meant to happen. This is meant to happen for you. You have the Two of Cups in reverse and the Four of Wands. So this is literally what you're not seeing coming in, or what you're even not sure if you're ready for, is an actual a soul tribe, or a relationship, whether it be friendship or platonic or not, doesn't matter. It could be an actual relationship, but it's more on a soul-based level, and so you're going to feel a real understanding of them. You might not quite get everything that they're going through, but there's something that you're supposed to learn off each other. In other words, their journey might be one way and your journey might be another, but when you actually meet, you're here to help each other through something. Yeah, so there's something coming your way, and it could be a relationship of some kind that's showing up for you. Yay. Okay. Maggie, it was my birthday last week. Oh, happy birthday, Maggie, for you last week. Yay. That's cool. So you're also a Virgo as well. That's cool. Okay, anyone else that wants a reading, just pipe up and say yes, please, and then I know that you're in here for a reading. Kelly, thanks for the heads up. Bring it on. I love that. Did I read for Janine? Yeah, I think I did. I'm forgetting who I've read for. So if you want a reading, just pipe up. Yeah. Okay, Danielle. Let's see where you're going to go. Well, everything's falling out for you, so that was really easy. I usually try to go to the end of the deck. Just in case. Yeah, one more wanted to come out. So we have the Ace of Coins, new beginning and abundance coming in with that new beginning, and it was next to the Temperance, so just stay level-headed with this. Level-headed with your new beginning. You also have the King of Wands. These are all very powerful cards. These are all, these are all very powerful cards. I should be covering that apparently. Oh, anyway, we know what that one is. Too late now. Apparently. You also have the Magician that's coming in reverse. So it's like time for you to get out your tools, your toolkit, everything that you've learned in the past, start to put it all together, have a lot more faith in what you're doing. That Temperance is bringing up that word faith with me. Have a lot more faith in what you're doing, because there is opportunities coming your way. You have the King of Wands. King of Wands is somebody who stands their ground, knows who they are, and they move forward. And then that abundance is going to start flowing. Don't be they're almost showing me there is maybe an energy that was aligned with you that you're clearing now of a fear of success, and what it actually truly looks like. And I know you've probably got rid of it a lot, but there might be a little bit still there, as to what that actually looks like for you. Can you have it all? Are you allowed to have it all? Like, imagine if you just stepped out there and you had it all. Everything that you ever desired came your way. It would be quite daunting. It'd be more daunting than what you think. So there's a little bit there that just needs to be unstuck or addressed or looked at or cleared. And you're on your way. Yeah. Yay. Resonates with me deeply, Bobby. Thanks. You're very, very welcome. Yay. I always say yay. That's really cool that your name's that. Okay, ED from YouTube. ED, please. Energy of ED. I'm so happy I did this, guys. That's really cool. Okay, my battery is running really low on my computer, so if I cut out, so sorry, it's the end. But we'll carry on until it does cut out, because I haven't got my cord here. So sorry, didn't even check that. Anyways, been nearly an hour. ED. Okay, we have the Emperor that's come out in reverse, and it's a golden one. It's beautiful. But he's come out in reverse, so this is really starting to stand up in your masculine power, ground things that you love. And that golden power, it's beautiful. There's something very enlightening about it, a feeling of enlightening. And look at this, the Palace of Coins. So this is an opportunity, maybe a new environment or something coming your way, of you stepping into your power and you actually moving into more abundance when you move, or it could be some sort of state of your own awareness that's moving into a higher frequency. But usually this card means an actual environment, because this is the only pack that has the environment cards in it, and I always see them usually as a physical environment that you move towards. So it could be a party or something, or somewhere that you go to, and then you meet someone, and you find out that you were actually the emperor all the time. Something to do with that. It's coming into your power and shining your light from the inside out. Yeah. Okay, I'll try one more and see if my battery lasts. Paula. Maybe Tarina, because I think Tarina asked before. Sorry, Paula. I'll see if I can quickly do the both of you. Tarina from Facebook. Okay, Tarina, you've got the 7 of Cups that's come up, but it's got like, this is the imagination, using your imagination to ground what you want, but you need to be able to focus in on a specific point of your imagination and what you actually want to ground. You can't be like airy-fairy changing your mind all the time, because then the universe doesn't actually know what you actually want, because you're constantly changing your mind. And usually we do that because we don't want to fixate on something or focus in on something, because we're scared that it's actually going to be grounded and show us up for the genius and the actual powerful people that we are. So that's a very profound kind of channel message there for you. You also have Justice in reverse. You have justice coming towards you, but you're not quite seeing it for yourself. So there's some sort of justice where you've done a lot for other people, and the scales are weighing up for you, where your heart's starting to become as light as a feather. And that means that you can now learn to ground the things that you really want into your reality. If you've anything in the past that's a bit cloudy or yucky, see it as a line that's going down. That was the old energy. We don't need to go there anymore. We're starting a whole fresh game over here. Okay, what do I really want to bring into my world? It's so important for you to learn to focus in on something that you really want to try. You could start off with something small. Okay, someone's going to offer me a gift today. And or in the next month someone will offer me or give me roses or something like that, something small, and then grow from there and see how you can start to manifest your own life coming in just through this focus. But when you actually focus in on it and say, this is what I truly am going to get, there has to be a point of release, because you know it's going to happen. You don't keep on asking for it to happen. Once you know it's going to happen, you let it go and go on with your day-to-day life. So that's the message for you. And who is the other one? Paula. Okay, Paula. I'm going to be really quick here. I'm really scared that I'm going to cut out. Okay, so we've got one card that's come up, which is the 2 of Swords. So you have bound yourself not to see something because, oh my God, because the 9 of Coins is coming up for you. And the 9 of Coins is some beautiful wishing granted for you. But be aware that you might not be able to see it yet, because there's almost like an undeserving or not feeling like you're good enough for this to come in. Be aware of that. Yeah. So anything that's in the future, anything that's coming towards you in the future that's aligned with your higher self, and you're still in your head of, do I really deserve that? Is that going to be good? You know, is it just going to be something that I'm going to attain to? It's going to come in my reality and then it's going to disappear again. And I've had that happen to me time and time again. And I don't want that to happen to me. So I'm just going to put this blindfold on and pretend that I'm here saving myself. But really what you're doing is you're stopping yourself from seeing the beautiful gifts that could come still in for you. The reason why they didn't work for you in the past is because your mind was still in this unsupported manner where it was telling you you were not good enough for it. Well, now let's draw a line, like I said with the other reading, draw a line and say that you are ready for this to come in for you. Okay, guys, so I hope that that's going to help you guys on your way through these amazing friggin' changes and energy alignments that's happening at the moment, new energies that's coming our way. Love you all. Thank you for all the birthday blessings from Facebook and from YouTube. And I love you guys so much. Thank